video, we're going to learn how to solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. So what steps will we be following? So you're going to start by moving all of your terms to the left side of the equation so that it equals 0. Then, looking at ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 as your format, you want to identify the a, b, and c values. Once you do, you can substitute them into the quadratic formula and simplify. That quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So let's put this into practice. Let's say I give you the equation x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Well, first of all, notice that's already equals 0, so I can go straight to identifying a, b, and c. In this case, my a is 1 because it's 1x squared, my b is negative 5, and my c is negative 6. Now I can substitute those into the quadratic formula. So remember, it's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So in this case, that's x equals negative 5 plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 6 all over 2 times 1. Now, I can simplify this. The first thing I'm going to do is note that negative 5 is really positive 5. Negative 5 squared is 25. And minus 4 times 1 times negative 6 is really the same thing as plus 24. And then I can do 25 plus 24 to get 49 under the square root. And I happen to know the square root of 49 is 7. Now I have 5 plus or minus 7 over 2. I can then rewrite that as two separate equations. So I have x equals 5 minus 7 over 2 and x equals 5 plus 7 over 2. When I continue to simplify these, I'm going to end up with x equals negative 1 and 6 as my two answers. Now, not all of our answers are going to come out perfect in whole numbers, and that's also okay. Let's take a look at an example where our answer won't be so perfect looking. What if I gave you x squared plus 4x minus 10 equals 0? First of all, notice it already equals 0, so we can go straight into identifying our a, b, and c. Here, we can say that our a is 1, our b is 4, and our c is negative 10. That means I can plug it into my quadratic formula, the same thing we've been working with the whole video, and that's going to give me x equals negative 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 10 all over 2 times 1. I can simplify that, of course. I have negative 4 in the front, and then 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times 1 times negative 10 is plus 40. Now, underneath the square root, I have 16 plus 40, which is really 56. Now, it is completely possible to simplify that radical. So the square root of 56 is the same thing as 2 root 14. Now I can split my fraction and simplify it. So when I say split the fraction, I mean I'm going to take each term in the numerator and divide it by 2. I'm going to do the division by 2 for both terms. Now negative 4 over 2 is negative 2, and 2 root 14 over 2 is root 14. So my final answer here is x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 14. And that is how you use the quadratic formula to solve quadratic equations.